up? It's Alex, and today I'm going to be doing 10 tips for homeschooling. Since everybody is out of school and doing school at home, I thought I would come on here and give 10 tips that I've been using for 8 years in homeschooling. I know homeschooling can be really difficult. It can be hard to find motivation. It can be hard to get stuff done. You're around like family, you're at home, you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm on spring break forever. And also, I'd like to point out, there is a big difference between getting your schoolwork done and understanding your schoolwork. This is where homeschooling kind of suffers, because if you don't want to take the energy and the time to actually learn the material, you're going to fail. I know being at home, there's distractions, there's all these other things that you are able to do. It just doesn't feel the same because you're not going into a building with other people working. But I'm going to bring you guys some 10 helpful tips that will help maximize your potential in learning at home, maximize your ability to learn at home, and have fun while doing it. Because that's one thing that's amazing about homeschooling, is that it's fun, and I feel like it's just a good chance to learn, to motivate yourself, and to really understand how to get work done by telling yourself to get it done. This is not one of the tips, but it's also a really important thing. You should really invest in getting a planner, or at least try and make a planner, maybe print a calendar out. Do something that you can write down what you should do each day at what times, just so you can have just kind of a schedule, a little bit of a routine going. When you're at school, you have a schedule in your hand and you know what to do. If you go into this with a schedule and you go into this knowing what to do, you're going to be able to better equip yourself for getting schoolwork done, and better equip yourself in your mind for knowing that this is something that you have to do. It's your schedule, it's a part of your new routine, and although it's different than going to regular school, it's still doing schoolwork, it's still important. There's nothing different except for the fact that you're sitting at your house and you have to motivate yourself to do it. There's no one else there to motivate you. I would just get a little planner or something that you can write down, even just a notebook, and write down the day, and just write down what you're going to be doing each day. So do this on Sunday. Write down your plan for the week on Sunday, and then the whole week is already planned out for schoolwork, and you can get everything done without having to do too much on one day or waiting to do it all at the end of the week and then being stressed out because you can't get it all done. So tip number 1 kind of involves the planner in a way. So it's create a time to get it done. There's really no explanation for this, but if you want me to go into further detail, I'm going to tell you guys that you're going to want to create a specific time that you're going to do your schoolwork every day of the week. So Monday through Friday. Create a time that you're going to get up, you're just going to stop doing everything else, and you're going to go do your schoolwork. So create a time to get it done. Instead of just going, say on Monday, oh, I'm going to do my schoolwork at 8. So you do your schoolwork at 8 in the morning. Oh, Tuesday, I don't start till 12, so then you do your schoolwork at 12, and then Wednesday, oh, I'm gonna start at 10, and then each day it's just kind of all over the place. So you just kind of have an all over the place, hectic schedule, and you're not really on a schedule. It doesn't really feel like schoolwork, and you're not really creating a routine. So creating a time to get it done and keeping a consistent schedule for getting it done, I think, is really important in staying concentrated on what you need to do, but also creating that mental habit, that mental schedule of knowing I need to create a routine here. It's important. I have a routine. I have a schedule. Let's get it done. Okay, so tip number 2 is really important, especially since you're at home. Remove distractions. This is a really, really, really good one. Everything is a distraction when you're doing schoolwork at home. And I can definitely vouch for this, is it's really easy to get distracted during a test, during an assignment, during reading. It's really easy to be distracted by all these things that are going on around you. And it's really easy to school just kind of goes over there, and this distraction becomes your new center focus. And obviously those distractions are a lot more fun. Put your phone in another room, or better yet, just go to another room that doesn't have any distractions and work there. If you have all those distractions, it's gonna be really hard to concentrate, to get your schoolwork done, because although you might be getting it done, if you're thinking about all those distractions, you're not going to get it done. I think it's really important, especially when you're just starting with homeschool and you're finding it hard to get it done. Remove the distractions from your life, from your schoolwork and from your day, and just kind of get them off to the side, like your phone, video games, music, movies, TV shows, all that. Remove those distractions. People like to listen to music when they do schoolwork. And if this works for you, that's great. However, I highly recommend you do not do that. If you work well and you work at school without listening to music, I highly recommend you don't listen to music while you do your schoolwork. And there's a big reason for this. Although you may think you're learning your schoolwork and you may be getting it done with, I don't think that you're going to really understand it if you're listening to music at the same time. Some people can do this just fine, but it's also a distraction and it's really going to be taking up your attention rather than your schoolwork. So just removing distractions, removing what can be a distraction, what you know is going to be a problem when you're getting your schoolwork done, and just removing it until after. Tip número 3. Number 3. Okay, so tip number 3 kind of has to go with tip number 1. It's find a consistent spot to get your work done. For example, here's an example of not finding a consistent spot to get your work done. You are going to work in the living room, then you're going to work in the kitchen, then you work in your bedroom, then you work in your parents' bedroom, then you work in an office room, then you work at a desk, then you work here, there, outside, everywhere. Find a consistent spot that you can do your schoolwork, just so that you have everything already there, which this is going to lead to another tip, but just make sure you're working a consistent spot. If you have that consistency, it's really easier to create a habit and to just know what's coming, to know when to get it done. So now we're going to do tip number 4, numero 4. So tip number 4 is really important in getting your work done. Some people will have no problem doing this, but some people, I feel like when they start their work, they just want to get it completely done. That's okay, but I highly recommend that you take breaks during your schoolwork. Like, let me repeat it for all of you in the back. Take breaks. Really important that you take those breaks. Go for a walk, go get some water, go get a snack, go take a shower, go work out, go do something that's gonna remove yourself from schoolwork. Stop thinking about it, just turn it off, put it aside, go take like a 15-minute break. And that's the beauty about homeschool, is you can take a break, and it could be for like 15 minutes, 30 minutes. You can take a break and you can come back. But remember to come back and you feel refreshed, come back to your schoolwork and finish it. And maybe take a few more breaks if you need them. That brings us to tip numero 5, right? It's 5. It's tip number 5. This is really important, y'all. Complete one class's work at a time. Just one. Okay, so it can be really easy to want to just get everything done all at once, and then you start math, and you also have started English, and you started history, and you're kind of doing like 3 classes at once. It can be really easy to do that. I'm guilty of this. I start like 3 classes. I'm doing like a Spanish class and math at the same time, and I'm just kind of juggling both of them. Again, this is not a great way to remembering your schoolwork and getting it done with. It can be really easy to get distracted by one class and then coming back to that other class, not really sure what you're doing. Set the time for each class you're going to get done in your planner, and make sure then that you follow through and you get it done. So, for example, my schedule is I start with math. I always start doing school with math. Then I move on, and it's algebra 2, by the way. Math sounds so kindergarten-ish, I don't know. Okay, so I start with algebra, then I go into vet science, then I go into US history, and then Spanish is usually last, my least favorite class, so I'm gonna save it for last. But it's easier to just get one class done at a time, so you can get everything done with, and you also are understanding what you're learning, and you're not like half starting class and then kind of finishing it, and you're not all over the place, you're not having too much going on. It's really easy to get stressed out that way. Don't do that to yourself. Don't stress yourself out. Start one class, finish it. Start another class, finish it, and maybe take those breaks between each class just to get them all done with. So tip numero 6. So this one, I feel like could be a little bit controversial. It's get ready before you do your schoolwork. And I know it's really tempting you're at home. You get out of bed, you just want to work in your pajamas. And although I don't see an issue with it. I feel like for me personally, I get schoolwork done better if I get ready beforehand. So like wake up, eat some breakfast, eat a snack, get some water, brush your teeth, brush your hair, get ready for the day, and then get dressed and like start your schoolwork like you would normally before you go to school. Just kind of be ready and like you would actually be walking into your classroom. Tip number 7. Tip number 7. So this kind of goes with a few of the tips beforehand. Have everything you need already by you. If you do not have what you need by your side, you're gonna have to get up, go find it. It's really easy to get distracted and then find something else to do, find something better to do than what schoolwork seems like it is. So then it's really easy to get distracted, forget what you're doing, come back and just not be ready for it anymore, and kind of have to relearn, which ends up taking more time, which does not maximize your time, your energy, or your efficiency in schoolwork. So it's really important to have all your stuff that you need, have all your materials right by you. When you're at school, you have all your materials in your desk. So if you have a desk, have all your stuff there, or wherever you're working, have all your stuff by your side. Bring it to you when you're doing your schoolwork, when you begin, and just have all of it there so you don't have the possibility of getting up and getting distracted when you go grab something. Tip number 8. This one's important not just for homeschooling, but for regular schooling, so it's kind of a both. Get enough sleep. I know this one's so cliche, so stereotypical of a request, but this tip is really important. Getting enough sleep to do your schoolwork is really important. Otherwise, being at home, it's really easy to fall asleep during your schoolwork. I mean, I haven't been at regular public school for 8 years, so I mean, it could be really easy to fall asleep there too, but I know it's really easy when you're doing your schoolwork, you're alone, you're constantly just looking at a laptop or a computer or a phone screen, doing your schoolwork, and just like, it starts to get dull, and it gets repetitive and boring. It really does. It sometimes can get really boring, and it's really easy to fall asleep, especially if you're like reading something. If you're reading a long article or a long piece of text, it can get really easy to get really sleepy and fall asleep. So getting enough sleep is really important. Tip number 9. Don't leave your schoolwork till the last minute. And I'm sure people do this all the time with homework. And here's a great tip, y'all. You're doing homeschool, you don't have homework. You have all your schoolwork, it's all homework. So basically, you don't have homework. Once you're done with all your schoolwork, you're done. You have no more work to do. You don't have to go home and do more homework. You're done. Once you're done with your school, you're done. Don't leave your schoolwork till the last minute. This is really easy to do. And you want to, because you want to just like throughout the week, it could be Monday, Tuesday, and you're like, I'm just gonna wait and do it the next couple of days. The problem is that the longer you wait to do it, the more you keep pushing it back, and then when it's the last minute and you're at the last minute and you have all this schoolwork, it's stressful, anxiety inducing, and it's just really hard to get it all done before the time limit or before you need to get it all done. And it's really easy to fall behind, fail things, and not understand things because you're rushing to try and get it done rather than learning it, understanding it, getting your schoolwork done, and getting it finished like you're supposed to. And rather than, yeah, although you got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe completely no school, you're stressed out, you're rushing, you're not learning it on those other days, rather than just taking a few hours each day to get it done consistently, and just having each of those times each day, just taking a few hours to get it done, and then having the rest of the day off, and then you have the whole weekend, and you don't have to be on a time crunch. So just making sure that you get it all done, you don't wait till the last minute. Tip number 10 is our final tip for homeschooling. Take it seriously. I know it's really easy and it's tempting to just think it's not schoolwork anymore. This isn't real. Homeschooling is just as real as public schooling is, although you're just not in a building with other kids. You're at home, it's still serious, it's still real, you're still learning, you're still doing your schoolwork. There's nothing different other than being in a building versus being in your house. There's nothing different about it. So taking it seriously, understanding that you still are doing your schoolwork, you're still doing something that you need to be getting done, it's really important to do that. So just make sure you take your schoolwork seriously, take it seriously when you're doing this stuff. Like, understand that this isn't just a free-for-all, this isn't spring break, this is not summertime, it's not the weekend for endless weeks, this is still schoolwork, it's still April, May, June, however long you still have school for, it's still time to do schoolwork. It's not summer vacation yet. So it's just important to take it seriously, understanding that once you're done, yes, you're done and you have summer break. But right now, it's time still for schoolwork. You're not on an extended summer break. It's time to get schoolwork done, and when you're done for the day. No more homework. Remember that beautiful tip of no more homework. You don't have to do homework after your schoolwork. You're done. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment down below if you guys want to see more videos like this. If you guys want to see another video like with tips for homeschooling, considering I've been doing it for so long, I can totally help out. So just comment down below if you have any questions. If you guys have any tips for homeschooling, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, click the bell button to be notified when I post new videos, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you all. I will see you guys next time. Have a great day. Bye!